Hi, Coach John here, and I actually plan to share a completely different lesson on how to grow your business today. But then something really incredible happened to me just yesterday that I need to tell you about instead. So just yesterday, I had an amazing experience as both a customer and a business coach that made me feel like I was in an episode of The Twilight Zone. I knew that I was being sold, but I couldn't stop it. And honestly, I was so impressed by the whole experience that I didn't want it to stop. And it resulted in 10xing my purchase. So let me share the story. And keep in mind that this just happened yesterday, so every detail is fresh in my mind. Now, one more thing. If you're a smart and driven entrepreneur, you'll closely pay attention to what I'm going to share, and you'll start to put together notes that you can apply to your own business. So here's what happened. I was due for an oil change. I was going to get it taken care of this week, and I had a couple hours to kill in between meetings. So I decided I'd take my car into one of those quick oil change places. They're all over the place. Now, the issue in this case was that I was not in my city. I was in a neighboring city, not near my usual place. So I decided to do a quick search on Yelp, and I found a place just a few blocks from where I was. They had a great rating, and they had a $10 off coupon. What more could I want? I thought, perfect. I can get some work done while I wait, and I can check it off my list. Now, I don't usually mention the names of businesses when I tell these stories, but I want to really give this company some props. This place is called Oil Stop, and they have several locations. If you need an oil change, I suggest you check it out. But there's a lot of these oil companies out there, and I get a $10 off coupon, so I pull into Oil Stop, and the first thing I notice is a young service tech comes running out, literally running in front of my car to wave me in. I mean, he's running. So I pull into where he directs me, and I open my window, and the first thing I tell him is, "Hey, thanks for the hustle." And he responds, "Thank you, sir, and thank you for coming into Oil Stop today. May I offer you a beverage while you wait? We have water, coffee, sodas, tea." I was like, wow. I just drove up and my jaw dropped at the level of service in the first 10 seconds. So imagine the confidence I had in these guys already that the rest of my experience was only going to get better. Now, as I share this story, you should already begin to evaluate your own business and how you can get your customers' jaws to drop in the first 10 seconds. So back to the oil change. I asked for a water, and the young guy comes back with a cold water bottle and hands me a pamphlet which had information about the company. And he also gave me a sheet that explained the oil change process, and he recommended the extra services and why they were so important. Now, these information sheets, they're beautiful. They're full of nice pictures and easy to understand explanations of the process I never even considered interesting enough to learn. This was how Oil Stop was using the time I had to wait for it to be my turn to educate me and serve me and prepare me for the sales process. I knew this was going to happen. I'm a business coach. I see this all the time. Pretty cool, right? So I end up waiting about 10 minutes, and during that time, 3 different guys come up to my window and ask me if they can get me a new beverage. And they ask me if I need anything else, and they thank me for my patience. I mean, wow. Imagine making your customers feel this way before they ever see a price sheet or even begin the sales discussion. So when it's my turn, I drive inside the shop, and a team of around 10 techs are hustling all over the place, right? They're yelling signals to each other to communicate what they're doing. I don't really know what it all means, but I could tell they all were enjoying their jobs, and it gave me more confidence in them because they're working hard. Now, a different young man comes up to my window and asks me what service I needed, and I tell him, "Hey, I just want an oil change." And he shows me a menu of service options and prices right away, and I notice that the prices are about 150% more than my usual place. Now, I want to reiterate, I knew exactly what was going on with every piece of the service these guys were giving me. So when the time arrived to see the prices, I wasn't really surprised that they were a little higher. I wasn't really turned off because they made me feel good first. Now, I could have easily said I changed my mind and stuck to my original plan, and could have gone back to my usual car shop and saved myself some money. But since I felt taken care of, I in turn wanted to take care of this company by giving them my business. You can see how this works in the subconscious mind of your customers. Now, during the oil change, I was approached 3 different times with others for them to do other services like air filter and transmission fluid and engine flush. And each of these services starts at $79 and goes up. And I declined because I opted to do them the next time. But it was in my mind that I wanted those extra services now because I was already there. You need to realize any purchase a customer makes only agitates the buying appetite. In fact, the first purchase never satisfies anyone. Only once we've gotten the usual upsell or the second sell is when we really feel good about our purchase. So if you aren't offering a secondary purchase, start doing it now. What else do you have to offer? An extended warranty, additional product, extra private coaching? And if you don't have a second product or a service to sell, then create one now. So back to the story. As I begin my oil change and I'm sitting in my car, I just kept thinking about those darn extra services and how I want my car to run as great as possible, and I don't want to have to bring it back again. So I call the young guy over and I ask him if there's a discounted package for getting all 3 of them done. And he says, pay close attention to how this potential complaint and objection was handled, because he did a great job and he turned it into a sale. He says, no, sir, we don't. But I agree with you that I wish we did. But we can do all 3 right now, and it won't take any extra time, and it'll be done in the next few minutes. And so it's like, wow, okay. I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get the package deal, but the value of having all the extra services done and not spending any extra time to have it done was greater than the cost of the services. And so I told the young man, let's do it. And he responds, excellent choice, sir. We'll start them now and get you out of here in about 15 minutes. Now, if the experience ended there, I would have been extremely happy. But there's more. And you're sure going to see why I needed to share this story with you. While they started on the extra services, another young man begins to wash my windows. And then another guy opens all my doors and sprays lubricant on the joints of the doors. I mean, come on. I've never had that happen before. Nobody has ever sprayed lubricant on the hinges of my car doors. So about 15 minutes later, when everything's done and it's time to check out, the manager shows me the list of services, the ones I paid for, and then a super long list of all the extras that were included for free. That's what's called the value stack. And you do it by creating a stack of everything that your customer gets, even if it's a freebie or something that's automatically included. You always want to present the value stack to raise the value of the offer past the cost. So the manager gets through the value stack and then the price. It's $400, 10 times more than what I originally planned on spending on just an oil change. Now, while I was paying, I did have the feelings of, well, man, I didn't plan on spending that much. But at the same time, I was able to justify the purchase because of all the little pieces of service that I received, from the cold beverage to the oiling my door. Oiling my door is just amazing. In the end, I paid 10 times more than I planned, but I was 100 times happier than I would have been if I'd gone elsewhere. Hopefully, you've been able to pull a bunch of gold nuggets out of this story that you can start applying to your business. But I need to be honest with you. The concept of delivering knock your socks off service, it's not new. And in fact, it's an important part of the coaching that I give to my clients. But rarely is it executed to the extent that actually raises your business to another level. I had to share this story with you because this company did that just about as perfectly as it could be done. So friend, I challenge you and urge you to take no shortcuts in raising your level of service so that it'll take your business to a different level. Just imagine what will happen to your business once you start doing that. Average sales price has a direct and immediate impact on revenue. My sales price went from $40 to $400, a 10 times increase. Makes a huge difference in your business. A conversation with a trusted advisor might be just what you need to create your own value stack and 10x your revenues. If that's the case for you, then I encourage you to reach out for a complimentary conversation. Here's what you should do next. Scroll down and leave a comment and let me know that you're here. And after that, click on the link either above or below this video and book your complimentary conversation now. As a chess player, I know that when you make the right moves, you win the game. Increasing your average sale amount is the right move for your business. When you make the right moves for your business, winning gets a lot easier.